again. I lie again. I lie 'cause I can. I will lie again. I lie again. I lie 'cause I can. I will lie again. I lie again. I lie 'cause I can. I will lie again.
你好，你好吗？我很好，为这一天感谢上帝，谢谢你的支持，我爱你们。我有话要说，用英语，但首先我想说普通话，为什么不？这是一种语言和我正在努力帮助普通话的人，因为我真的很喜欢说普通话，和我知道如果普通话是你的母语，很高兴听到用普通话。再次，如果普通话是你的母语，我很乐意帮忙。我需要练习，谢谢你的帮助。你是健康吗？我不知道你也许。我知道自己，我知道我很健康，很多，这是我的生活，我知道区别。我的当地的人知道我很健康，为什么？我会告诉你，多年来，我一直在说，吃得好，保持乐观，吃得好，保持乐观，每天，现在，他们不想听到，我知道，但对我来说，我正在努力帮助他们，这是他们的健康。我很担心，因为如果他们不在乎，我知道我不能帮助他们，但我很健康，我知道区别。现在我会说很多种语言。如果你相信我，我知道这是真的，因为我做了。现在我正在努力帮助他们，我不在乎。如果你相信我，我知道我会帮助你，但 you need to let me。我需要说普通话的人支持，谢谢你的支持。
I lie again. I lie 'cause I can. I will lie again. I lie again. I lie 'cause I can. I will lie again. I lie again. I lie 'cause I can. I will lie again.
现在你知道我有话要说，用英语。感谢学习英语，我知道你尊重英语，我尊重普通话。谢谢你的时间。
To govern your mind， 紧守控制， to prove yourself self-control， 自我控制。Access अपने inside inside देखो connecting your body to cuerpo and your mind to mente with your soul.
In this segment, I would like to speak to my viewers about science. In real science, our opinions and our assumptions are void. In real science, there is tests, results, conclusion, direction. And in real science, when that test is done, remember, our opinions and assumptions are void. So those results may help you continue to follow a direction, or they may lead you in a new direction. And as a real scientist, you go where the science takes you.
Both good and bad are guides to yourself, guides to help create oneself.
I do food science and language science independently, individually. Now, the food science, I know you would be familiar with the term, and I'm certain if you check out my YouTube channel, you will see lots of health chats that indicate that I have done an intense amount of food science throughout my life, and I am happy to help in this way. Now, the term language science may be a little strange to you, but I still think you will understand it. In what I have done in taking a full assessment of the world's languages, 我不在乎如果你不喜欢普通话是世界上第二大语言，我会告诉你，我知道我们需要人们学习普通话。That's the science of it. Nothing to do with my opinion or my assumptions. That's the population, that's the speakers, that's the language science. 我很乐意帮忙，所以是普通话很棒。But that is the same practical nature that I applied to my food science independently and individually. And at this time, I am going to have a very modern, mature, open discussion with my viewers about meat eating. This information is not about Canadian health, Chinese health. It's not about males. It's not about females. I can go on. It's about humans. I am not insulting your intelligence. I know you are an intelligent, intuitional human being living in 2022, and I need you to be that intuitional human being that I know you are while absorbing this information. This is what I would need you to do to make this the most useful to you. First, you need to shut off your judgment. For me, and for yourself. We know a lot of concepts about eating meat and not eating meat. And in this moment, there is no judgment. And I would really appreciate if you could hear it out. And I also believe, whether if you are a meat eater or not, you will still appreciate the chat, and you could still benefit from having the information. Now, I don't know to what degree you will be able to uphold this information, but if you don't, 我明白，没关系。但如果你说，谢谢你相信我，我正在努力帮助你，你准备好了吗？好，我们走吧。I don't eat meat. But if you are one of the people that are on camera saying, we can't eat meat, 我不同意，因为我知道区别。I do not agree. We can, and we will, eat meat. Now, 再次 I don't eat meat, but 你可以，如果你想。I respect you as a meat eater, and I hope this can help you specifically in your food choices. Beef. I have great news for you if you like to eat beef. there are lots of very safe ways for us to consume beef. That doesn't mean you can go hog wild on it and still be responsible to your health. But it does mean I am not going to tell you to stop eating beef. But I am going to offer you some suggestions so you can still enjoy it more responsibly to your health. The cow is a much larger animal than the human. That makes it greasier within the human body, and bigger things are happening in the cow than happen in the human. So, a very practical suggestion I would like to make is big animal, small portion. I know that'll make sense to you. Now, if you're not sure of the concern with eating the wrong beef or too much beef, without getting too much into it, I do still suggest you do your own research. However, briefly, since the cow is large and is a little greasier to consume, it doesn't matter where you live on the planet, and it doesn't matter what your opinion is. When you eat red meat, things collect in your circulatory system. Circulatory health is directly related to a lot of our modern health concerns in North America, and more severely, heart attack and stroke. So, you want to eat your beef responsibly and avoid those issues. That means you don't need 4 stacked patties, but you can have your hamburger. You don't need a steak the size of your plate, but you can have a steak. But in addition to that, drinking water is always protecting your circulatory health. Always. If you make sure that you drink water with your beef, well, in that moment, you are consuming the beef, but you're helping your circulatory system with water, and you want to have a good amount of veggies still, because you still need your veggies. One more thing about beef before I move on. You really want to make sure you get a good quality supplier for your beef. A lot of the convenience foods and fast foods, it can be a pretty low-grade beef after it goes through the processes, and it may even be damaging to your health. So you want to make sure you pick a good, high-grade beef for the sake of your own health. Now, I do know that our Canadian beef farmers are well known for extremely high-grade beef, and I send a lot of peace and love across Canada to all of our beef farmers through this video. Thank you all for your time and energy. I hope everyone is doing well and the cows are living good lives. Pork. At this time, I would like to remind you of the science talk. It doesn't matter what my opinion is when it came to the food. What I discovered and what was true was what was guiding me. And the reason I mention that to you is you may think I'm attacking you in this next section, and I'm really trying to do this maturely, but I have found reasons to suggest pork replacement and conscious pork eating. My reasoning is the pig is a swine, and swine can carry things harmful to humans. The pig is going to give you the protein that you're eating meat for. But since it's swine, you don't really know what you're getting. And very maturely, but directly, you do not run those same concerns when eating beef, because the cow is not a swine. I really suggest you limit your pork or replace your pork. One suggestion is you could replace your bacon with turkey bacon or chicken bacon, but very maturely and directly, once you got to maybe your 3rd pack of bacon, chicken bacon or turkey bacon, that's what bacon is to you then. It doesn't matter. You're still eating bacon. It still tastes like bacon. It's less greasy. It's actually easier to work with. It still tastes like bacon.
Awareness helps it grow. You'll feel the energy flow. Gotta find what you know. Your mind has control. Your mind has control. So feel the energy flow.
Now back to some great news for meat eaters. I know a lot of people that have great success with chicken and fish diets. And it makes perfect sense to me in this mental journey I'm taking with you in reference to big animal, small portion. Well, chickens and fish, they're much smaller than us. They're less greasy, and they're just safer for us to consume. So if you like consuming chicken and fish, again, there is safe chicken and fish and low-grade chicken and fish. The low-grade could be damaging to your health in the exact same way as the low-grade beef. However, if you do choose high-grade chicken and fish, or you're conscious about the chicken and fish you do consume, I really don't feel you have anything to concern in that way. Again, to cap it, has a lot to do with the size of the animal, the greasiness of the animal, in compared to the size and requirements of the human. One more thing in reference to chicken and fish, a lot of people prefer to deep fry it. And I'm telling you very directly, I am not judging you. I am going to tell you, if you can find a method that's not deep frying, it will be better for your health. And if you do insist on deep frying it, I suggest you discover health information of different frying oils, because sometimes the frying oil itself can be very damaging to your health. So if you pick a healthier oil, like say a sunflower seed oil, well, that will be less damaging to your health, making it safer to deep fry in that oil. But ultimately, with veggies and water, portion control is not a major concern in that direction. Other than that, we don't want everyone in the world to stop eating meat. It's not a good idea. I know that. And those are the main meat products in North America at this point in time. There's lots of other meat in the world that gets consumed, and very maturely and directly, from my perspective, it's not we need to eat meat or we don't need to eat meat. It's if you choose to eat meat, choose natural meat. In Africa, they eat lots of meat. They're still healthy because it's natural meat. And that is the difference. And then there's other meats that are really healthy for you, like elk. I've seen elk on Joe Rogan's page a couple times. We all know Joe knows his shit. And elk is very healthy for you. Maybe a little too wild if you're used to a more domestic taste like the beef, pork, chicken, and fish. But if you like elk is very good for you. So even if you are not a meat eater, I hope this perspective has brought some light to you. If you continue to not eat meat, you don't have to, but you should know natural sources of protein. You should know the truth about soy. And other than that, you can choose to not eat meat. you do avoid everything I just said if you don't eat meat. But then there's other rules you need to know, because people that do eat meat, well, they are getting stuff from it. You still need it. There is ways that you can get it without meat. Chia seed has omega-3 that you would find in fish. You should know the meat that you practically eat, especially if you consume it regularly, because the things we do regularly over time become habits, and if they're damaging habits. So I hope this was useful to my viewers. Thank you for taking the time to take this journey with me. So now what I would like my viewers to do is to shut this off, think about it, maybe tomorrow or the next day think about it again, and just kind of mull it over and allow it to help you make better choices for your own health. 我必须去感谢你对我一生的工作感兴趣。我爱你们。今天吃得好，保持乐观，度过美好的一天。对所有人的和平与爱。再次感谢上帝。再见。